Coming up, heavy rain and wind as a powerful storm system made its way across San Diego. We take a look at the impact. Plus, a daring rescue after a fire broke out at an apartment complex. We hear from the brave crew who saved a dog trapped by the flames. And the first significant snowfall hits Mount Laguna. What you need to know if you're trying to go sledding this weekend. Hello and welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining us as we take you around San Diego. I'm CBS 8's Jenny Day, and I'll get you caught up on our top stories of the week so far, and we'll look ahead at what's to come around San Diego. You know it, weather was a big headline all week. I love the rain. I hope you do too, but heavy rain and strong winds can be damaging as the powerful storm system made its way across the region. Our team was fanned out countywide in many areas, including Oceanside. There were flooded roads and a lot of standing water, making driving conditions tough, all contributing to several wrecks. We also saw many homes and businesses like the Buccaneer Cafe submerged in water.
Are you guys still open?
We just closed. The rain's a little too crazy for us. I'm sorry.
That makes sense. Well, you guys be safe.
You too. Be safe. Have a great day.
Good attitude there. Yeah, the National Weather Service had issued high wind advisories, a high surf advisory along our coastline. Pretty impressive waves from the shoreline, but stay safe. Similar story in Spring Valley. One driver says he did not see that sign in the road that says flooded and got his car stuck in the water. After several attempts by his son and AAA, they got him out and the car out safely. Along the Imperial Beach Pier as well, we caught up with some people really making the best of it. Not only did they brave the rain, they enjoyed it.
Of the rain, this is like the island. I'm from Guam, so this is nothing.
Yeah, meanwhile, others only braved the storm out of necessity.
Actually, my wife was taking him out earlier and they got caught in the worst of it. And so that kind of freaked him out. When he came back, he had the zoomies, but I think he was just very happy to be alive. So we had to go and take care of his business.
Yeah, before he was able to take his dog for a walk, the man said the wind shook the foundation of his house, something he had never experienced in the 6 years that he has lived there. And how about Belmont Park, too? There was more flooding at Mission Boulevard and West Mission Bay Drive. You can see the water pooling on street corners and even at the park across the road. Rain and also flames. Several palm trees were completely engulfed in North County, also storm related. Take a look at this. It happened on Highland Valley Road. Poway firefighters say there were reports of lightning strikes during the storm. They assisted San Diego Fire Rescue and the Escondido Fire Department to put out those flames. And while most of San Diego County saw rain and wind, Mount Laguna saw snow. Families wasted no time heading to the mountains for their first taste of winter. Laguna Mountain Lodge, just north of Alpine, got several inches of snow.
We're getting our fill for now. Yeah, obviously when we see that there's a huge dump of fresh powder, probably come back, but this is going to satisfy us.
So beautiful. So yeah, before you make a trip to the snow though, check Caltrans Quick Map for real-time chain information. If chains are required, you must put them on your vehicle or you risk putting yourself, of course, in danger or being fined by the California Highway Patrol. Also, pack water, snacks, warm layers, and certainly take your trash with you. Shifting gears to crime news, a San Diego judge is ruling a man accused in a nearly half-century-old cold case will stand trial. 73-year-old Mitchell Hernandez was in court for the first time this week. He is charged with first-degree murder in the stabbing death of Leo Marquina in 1976. Cold case investigators cracked the case using modernized DNA technology, tying Hernandez to evidence found allegedly under the victim's fingernails. Prosecutors have not yet revealed a motive for the crime. And a former nonprofit executive accused of stealing more than $130,000 in public money meant to fight the opioid crisis is pleading not guilty. Amy Knox is the former chief operating officer of Harm Reduction San Diego. She's facing 6 counts of felony embezzlement and misappropriating public funds. Prosecutors say instead of using county grant money to distribute Narcan and prevent fentanyl deaths, Knox instead spent it on trips to Hawaii and Disneyland and also cosmetic surgery.
It's sickening that this fraudster decided to line her own pockets with these precious, potentially life-saving dollars.
Yeah, if convicted, Knox faces up to 7 years in prison. Prosecutors say the investigation is ongoing and that more charges could be filed. Still ahead, a candidate for California governor gets an up-close look at the sewage crisis. Plus, fighting for consumer rights, the new proposal at the county level, all to protect San Diegans. Welcome back to you. Right now, there is an effort to create a new consumer protection unit at the county level. Currently, San Diego is the only large county in California without one. This unit would tackle everything from rental and housing scams to predatory scams often targeting seniors to Tijuana River Valley sewage issues. A town hall was held this week, and one woman says her identity was stolen and then circulated on the dark web, leading to her losing her Social Security benefits.
$1,500 a month that I'm out of because of these scammers.
Yeah, this proposal comes as the Trump administration weakens protections at the federal level by trying to cut funding for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. So County Board Chair Tara Lawson-Remer is hopeful the Board of Supervisors will vote to approve this unit sometime in the spring. And California gubernatorial candidate Katie Porter toured the Tijuana River Valley, getting a firsthand look at the ongoing sewage crisis. Porter visited a toxic hotspot along Saturn Boulevard this week, where recent stormwater carried raw sewage, chemicals, and trash all across the roadway. Porter, joined by County Supervisor Paloma Aguirre, met with residents who say they are dealing with persistent health issues tied to this contamination.
It's like itching, it's burning, like it burns your skin, and that's not normal. I've never had that in my life before, or my family, or anyone that I know. And I'm not the only one. Most of the residents are going through this.
Yeah, really for decades now. Porter says if elected governor, she would declare a state of emergency on day 1 for the Tijuana River Valley. That would clear the way for federal and state funding. Governor Newsom has rejected calls to declare that state of emergency. Well, the Vista Detention Facility houses hundreds of inmates, and since it first opened in 1972, it's seen multiple expansions and upgrades. But now, more than 5 decades later, county officials say the jail is showing its age. So this week, the sheriff's office invited the public to a forum to discuss the future of the jail. Sheriff Kelly Martinez says the jail is long past its lifespan and parts of the facility are no longer working. The sheriff's office argues a modern facility is essential to maintain public safety.
This jail needs to be torn down and rebuilt. The importance of having a jail in North County can't be overstated. The importance of having jails in the justice system in California cannot be overstated. We can't just remove this jail and expect to continue with public safety in the region as we know it today.
Sheriff Martinez says this was just the first of several conversations. There is going to be another public forum in June. And this week, trade workers across CSU campuses, including San Diego State, were on strike, accusing the university system of breaking its word on long-promised raises.
We're stopping our labor because they don't want to pay the 3rd year of our contract. We're the ones that maintain the university and keep the lights running, keep the heat going for the kids, have this place secured for the students.
Yeah, electricians, carpenters, and other maintenance workers walked off the job Tuesday for a 4-day strike. They say the California State University system is refusing to honor the third year of their contract, which includes a cost of living increase. Working for You, though, we did reach out to CSU, which in a statement pushed back on the union's claims, calling them false. It noted key pay raises were tied to new ongoing state funding that never came through. The school system added, quote, "The CSU has been bargaining in good faith, and we urge the Teamsters to honor their commitment and return to the table." Well, we are hearing now from the people who helped rescue a dog that was trapped by flames at a San Marcos apartment complex. The fire broke out early in the morning at the Northwoods apartment homes near Rancho Santa Fe Road and Highway 78. CBS 8's Abby Black spoke with neighbors and the crew who saved the pup.
Flames tore through a two-story apartment in San Marcos just before 3 Monday morning. Orteliana Escobar says that her neighbor pounded on her door, desperate for help.
Yeah, I hear a knock on the door. She said it was, my house is burning. Can you call 911?
Escobar called 911, but the fire was spreading fast toward her own home, where her teen daughter and 14-month-old niece were inside.
Yeah, I saw the fire there, so I got scared. I never thought it was going to go that fast. And we proceeded to leave and evacuate the house.
When San Marcos firefighters arrived at the Northwood apartment homes, the house was fully engulfed. Crews called for backup, upgrading to a 2-alarm fire with 8 engines on scene. That's when they found a bulldog trapped in the backyard.
The firefighters on the scene, as part of their initial actions, they do a 360-degree assessment of the structure.
And when we take you to the backyard, you can see where the firefighters had to break down this fence to rescue the dog. Video shows deputies reuniting the bulldog with its owner. Both were safe and unharmed. Restoration crews spent the day boarding up what's left. Firefighters say the home is a total loss. The cause is still under investigation.
It just happened so, insane fast.
In San Marcos, Abby Black, News 8.
Wow, Abby, thank you. Hey, still ahead, you spoke up and the city of Encinitas listened. What they are doing to ease traffic safety concerns. Stay with us. Right now, there is a new proposed bill to make solar more accessible for Californians, even if you rent or have a roof that can't handle panels. It's called plug-in solar or balcony solar. They are already popular in Europe. The devices can power small appliances during the day and send energy straight to your outlet. The bill would let San Diegans install small systems without needing approval from SDG&E.
Cost of electricity throughout the state in the Bay Area, San Diego, LA, is one of the drivers of the high cost of living in California that is really putting pressure on a lot of people, including both homeowners and renters. We need to give people tools to get their costs down.
Legislators are hoping to pass the bill later this year. San Diego Gas and Electric says it hopes to work with legislators as the bill moves forward, saying its priority is ensuring any technology on or near its electric system meets strong safety standards that protect customers, line workers, and the public. Meantime, officials at the San Diego International Airport say 2025 was their busiest year ever. The airport welcomed more than 25 million passengers last year, a new all-time record. 14 new nonstop routes launched during the year, including international flights to Amsterdam and Panama City, helping push international travel up 8%. Airport officials say the newly opened Terminal 1 also fueled the surge. Right now, 17 airlines operate out of the airport with nonstop flights to more than 85 destinations worldwide. Where are we going? Well, if you have ever tried to book a round at your local public golf course only to find every slot gone in seconds, you are not alone. Now, a San Diego lawmaker is working to protect fair access. State Assemblyman Chris Ward just introduced a new bill to combat third parties from capturing and then reselling tee times at inflated prices. California has more than 220 municipally owned golf courses designed to make it affordable for everyone, but high demand has made them a target for resellers. This new bill would allow cities and counties to take civil action against unauthorized tee time brokers. And right now, people in San Ysidro are pushing for a crosswalk on a portion of West San Ysidro Boulevard, saying it is so dangerous that some feel safer even jaywalking than using the nearest crosswalk. Working for you, we sent a crew to the area to check it out. Businesses near the intersection say they have seen way too many close calls. We even talked to some of those jaywalkers and asked them why they don't use the crosswalks.
You can use both crosswalks, but the thing is that we're now handicapped.
The elderly people, we are already handicapped, too old to go long ways. So we need a short way to cross safety.
Yeah, the San Ysidro Planning Commission has requested the city of San Diego send an inspector to the area to conduct a traffic study, but they actually say they just conducted one last August, and that study found no changes were needed. Well, drivers complained and neighbors pushed back, and now Encinitas is hitting the brakes on a controversial change to Saxony Road. News 8's Vanessa Paz is breaking down what's going on in this On the Move report.
This chicane on Saxony Road didn't take long to get attention. The city of Encinitas installed the curved dividers just a few months ago to slow drivers near the YMCA and a senior home. But some neighbors say they were caught off guard.
When they went in, we had no idea they were even putting them in. There was no notice, there was nothing. All of a sudden they painted all the curbs red and they started putting in these, we call them squiggles.
Rachel Lamar has lived in this neighborhood for about 5 years. She says chicanes designed to slow traffic didn't do much at all.
You can still speed or not slow down to go through them, but the problem is that where the center divider is, people will go over the part that goes into the other lane. And so my neighbor was almost hit by someone head on because she was slowing down and this person was going really fast.
With heavy traffic between Encinitas and Leucadia, plus activity from the Y, senior community, and a new apartment complex on the way, residents worried the road was only getting busier. So neighbors took their concerns to City Hall. And a 5-0 vote later, a 4-way stop with a price tag of $30,000 will now replace them.
It was wonderful. I mean, it's just, a little victory.
Jim O'Hara, deputy mayor of Encinitas, says the city listened.
It just didn't work. And that's not a bad thing, but it's good that we can recognize that and we can move in a different direction.
Leaders even went out with neighbors and watched the traffic themselves.
We watched several buses, several police cars go right down the middle of the chicane, one of them go over the chicane, and it not affect the way they drove it at all. So it was pretty clear that it was somewhat ineffective.
O'Hara said the change is about safety, especially for people trying to cross the street and looking ahead to future growth, including a new parking lot for the YMCA. Design plans expected to come back before council in March. For Lamar, the process proves that when neighbors speak up, City Hall listens. In Encinitas, Vanessa Paz, CBS 8.
Yeah, motivating to get involved. Vanessa, thanks. Hey, still ahead, more storm coverage. We'll look at the conditions in the Sierra Nevada. Welcome back to you. California's Sierra Nevada mountains had a rough start to the winter season with a dry spell that lasted into the start of the year, but strong winter storms hitting the West Coast are trying to make up for that deficit. News 8's Evan Narani has more in this Earth 8 report.
Yesterday it was sunny, there's no snow.
After a dry and disappointing January, a February storm system is bringing a much-needed change to the Sierra Nevada. Last week, a winter weather system pushed steady rain and snow through California's highest elevations, dropping fresh powder across the passes and at the Sierra resorts.
Finally, we got the snow. It's a little powdery today.
With the fresh powder, it's much softer.
With several feet of snow possible just this week, it could mark the beginning of a much bigger shift for the Sierra. During the state's last survey on January 30th, officials measured the snowpack at only 47% of normal for this time of year. But with several additional storms stacked off the Pacific this week, California mountain ranges are looking to make up for lost time.
The climate has changed. 35 years ago, we didn't have the problem of not having enough snow. Now it's more difficult.
Caltrans is saying this storm is a reminder that winter is far from over and the drivers need to take it seriously.
Mother Nature, season-wise, is still saying it's winter and giving us finally that reminder again. So like the big one is just going to make sure for those drivers that are going to be heading up either the next couple of days or even over the weekend, is just be prepared.
Meanwhile, San Diego County mountains could be included in that, where our highest elevations are watching for a dusting of snow this week, something not seen so far this season. So snow lovers can celebrate what is still to come on this late start to the season.
Yeah, Evan there. Thank you so much, Bob. So huge congrats. We're very proud of you, rooting for you at home. All right, that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for staying informed. I'm Jenny Day. Take good care.